Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Gino Zapata on the Sports Life Production Podcast show presented by the BS3 Network. Wanted to come on and talk about betting on yourself. Want to be able to present topics like this to just provide just an outlook on what it means for certain things in life, especially involving sports. Betting on yourself is certainly a big topic. What do we get out of that? What does that mean exactly? What do we forecast in our potential futures by betting on ourselves? What are the risks? Things of that nature. We focus on just by literally saying we can do it, we can't do it, those types of things. But truthfully, when you look at life, when you look at sports, when you look at trying to get to the next level in general, even in life itself, you're taking a really big time to invest into yourself, right? You're betting on yourself already as it is. Whether it's trying to get to the next level in the sport that you love, whether it's focusing on trying to obtain an education, a quality education, you focus on betting on yourself already as it is. And so I think a lot of folks, a lot of people, especially these younger generations, don't understand that. You're going to have to bet on yourself in order to get where you want to be. The focus on just being able to take away from these things are, you enhance your performance. You raise the standards on your performance. It makes you see other opportunities elsewhere that you didn't see before, right? You're able to get out of that comfort zone. You're able to face reality of what your future is to come. I've been told that this platform was not going to be successful. Sports Life Productions was not going to be successful. You can't do it. It's too much of a risk, too much of a hassle. It takes a lot of investment. And the focus on that piece of it all was just turning that all around and saying, you know what, I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to take the calculated risk. Me having a family of 3 kids and a beautiful wife. You can't do it. It's not going to happen. It's too much, But as time went on, I realized I had to bet on myself. I had to be willing to bet on the things that I wanted in life. And knowing that, I couldn't have a better support system than what I have with my 3 beautiful children and my beautiful wife, and my family, and just the support from you all. It means so much to me, but it took a lot of time to bet on those things, right? I had to pursue opportunities. Maybe there weren't really much. Certain things that people wanted to talk to me about, every phone call, every meeting, it could have been a waste of time. Maybe not, but I took those opportunities because I never knew, and you never know what they're going to be about. You always have to pursue an opportunity regardless of what you think it could be about. It might be a waste of time, but it's a lesson learned for the next opportunity. Right? You may not get what you want in this opportunity or in this meeting or this phone call, but going forward, you're able to look at a different outlook and a different perspective to train your mind on how to be potentially open in order to, look at future opportunities to come. And that says a lot, especially these younger generational athletes, student athletes, if you will. We look at, okay, I may get an offer from a Division III school, which doesn't offer an athletic scholarship, but they do offer a quality education versus a Division II. I did get a athletic scholarship, but then looking at the aspects of they really didn't give me much of a sports scholarship. They gave me much more, though, opportunity for academics. The overall goal is to gain a quality education out of this and get it paid for through sports, right? So we focus on this aspect of betting on yourself to understand the importance of what you're betting on. What are the odds? What are the opportunities? What are the risks involved? There's a lot of those factors come into play that a lot of people don't understand. Even parents, coaches, younger generations. And that's why we're here to provide those things to think about. And it's no judgment. I don't judge anybody. I had nobody to guide me when it came to understanding the importance of what am I looking at next, right? I have my parents who I deeply love and care about. And they guided me through life. They gave me skills and tools and resources to look at as far as trying to surviving and keep focusing every day, but never understood the focus of the opportunity that could be potentially ahead. So the goal is to understand the importance of why we're betting on ourselves in everyday life, from a young student athlete, an aspiring student athlete who's trying to make it to the top, to a, overall, just an overall citizen who is trying to just be a productive citizen in life and make a name for themselves somewhere, be of an asset somewhere, right? So these things go hand in hand. And I thought about it this morning. It's crazy because we normally just get up and take things day by day. And that's just crazy because I used to do the same. But instead of planning my day, instead of taking things day by day, I planned my day. I'm able to plan my day, write it down, and focus on what is my goal today away from yesterday? How do I become a fraction better? A 1%er to be better than yesterday? How do I focus on really utilizing what I learned from yesterday, whether I took an L or I took a W? What did I do in order to understand the importance of where I am today? Because we live in a different world than we did yesterday. We live in a different world than 30 seconds ago. So at the end of the day, what did we do to gain knowledge from yesterday, to learn the lessons that we needed to learn from the day before to get to tomorrow? So those are the things that I want you all to think about when it comes to the aspects of understanding why we're betting on ourselves. There's so much risk involved betting on yourselves. A lot of people are told in life, you can't do it. Jeff Bezos, same thing with Amazon, right? Mark Zuckerberg. You look at Elon Musk, those types of people, right? And they're successful. They're well off. Don't get me wrong. However, we take those people and their stories and what they've gone through to get where they are today. They took the risk. They took the big risk in order to get where they were, working countless hours, not even getting paid a dime to get where they are, right? And that's the same way here with myself, working countless hours to give you all a productive show, productive content, things that you're going to be able to utilize in life, especially facing the adversity in sports. How do you overcome when you're down by 20? How do you overcome when you're down by 5 and you need 5 runs before the bottom of the ninth, at least to make it somewhat of a game? How do you overcome when you're down by 21, in football and you got to get to stop here on 4th and 1. Otherwise, game's over, at least to give you a shot, even though it's just the beginning of the 4th quarter. Just an example, guys. The thing is, we all face adversity. We all face those things in everyday life. And the real focus is on how are you going to overcome that, especially by betting on yourself. You don't give up when you bet on yourself. There's many days I wanted to, and that's just speaking from a personal view, because I was told many days it's not going to happen. You're not going to get this platform together. Sports Life Productions will not be successful. You will not be successful. And it took me 8 years to get a freaking bachelor's degree. And I'm just being honest with you all, right? But I did it. I still focused. I still stayed the course on what I was doing to bet on myself to become successful in order to change lives and create the impact and give the opportunities I wanted to give, right? So we focused on those aspects. I made sure every day I was able to get up and grind. And I started learning certain things as far as writing down my goals, achieving those goals. I may not have reached all of them, but I reached the majority of my goals. I can live with that. At the end of the day, that's where you focus on betting on yourself, regardless of who's telling you what. Because most of the haters that are telling you can't do it haven't put in the work themselves. And so that's how you understand the difference between you and them and the reasons why you bet on yourself and they didn't. Because they chose the easy route. Instead, you chose to face adversity. You chose to face the risk, the heartaches, the tears, the sweat, all that. You chose to face all that to get where you are, and that makes you a better person. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I know many women that are successful, many men that are successful, and I'm proud to have them alongside me in this process. The BS3 Network, Very successful platform. I'm so thankful to them, Mr. Ben Sutter and Ivan Dawkins, because they have built this platform from the ground up and able to give others opportunities to be successful and to voice the things that they want to talk about and to give inspiration and opportunity to you all. So I'm very thankful for those two men right there who I deeply look up to and appreciate the things that they have brought to the BS3 network. So I can tell you right now, betting on yourself, there's so many calculated risks, and you're not going to know every single one of them, but you know there's many. And at the end of the day, when you create your mindset, as I posted the other day on Twitter, you create your mindset on winning, regardless if you take an L yesterday, regardless if you take an L today. Your mindset is trained on winning. Your mindset is trained on betting on yourself and pushing and striving every day. No matter what the goal is, you're pushing yourself every day. Just like in the classroom, you got to push yourself to be better every day in order to improve that math grade, in order to improve that science grade, in order, to improve your ACT, SAT scores that you need in order to get into the college you want to get into. You got to improve your craft on the floor. You got to improve your craft on the field. You got to get in the weight room. Those are the tangibles and the variables that people don't understand. You can constantly bet on yourself every day by just doing these little things, and you're not even realizing it. So my challenge to you all, parents, coaches, mainly young student athletes, focus on betting on yourselves even more. Don't just shy away because you're going to take the easy route out. Give yourself something to look forward to. Parents, I advise you, me being a parent of 3 kids, I challenge my kids every day to focus on being better, being humble, being poised, teaching them simple things in life so they can grow and prosper better than I ever thought I could be as a parent, as a father, as a person. Coaches, push these young athletes, man, be in their lives, help them focus on the aspects of why they're doing this, and let them understand you're betting on yourselves. Yeah, we're a team, we're an organization. You're still betting on yourselves. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be out here every day putting in that work. In the classroom as well. That's big. It's important. Teach them the aspects of why they're betting on themselves in the classroom. What does it mean later on in life? Because one day we're all going to stop playing sports just the way I did, just the way you all have. What's next? You're still betting on yourself every single day, no matter what it is that stops. There's something else to look forward to when it comes to betting on yourself and being the best of the best and being the best you, the version of you. So, I challenge you coaches to do that. And young student athletes, take this podcast, take this portion of it all, listen to it. It's going to help you understand and create your mindset on betting on yourself, creating your mindset to win, to be productive every day, even though you might not have reached all your goals. But what did you learn by not reaching your goals? What did you learn by reaching some of them? What did you learn new about yourselves? What couldn't you do from yesterday? What can you do today? So those things I advise each and every one of you, parent, coach, young student athlete that's listening to this. And I thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for honestly, truly listening to this podcast and listening to the show. I challenge you all to understand the importance and ask you all to ask yourselves, what does it mean to you when you bet on yourself? And how do you become a better you? So, like I said, that's my biggest challenge to you all. That's my biggest question. And like I said, I'm so grateful and humbled to be able to ask those things and be able to focus on those things, and be able to bring such a content, such a word of advice, such an opportunity here to something to think about. So, like I said, thank you all so much. You can follow us on Twitter at SportsLife, PROD 2, the number 2 all together. at Sports Life Productions on Instagram, at Sports Life Productions on Facebook. Follow the BS3 Network page as well. Great podcast shows that are on there. Might even help you learn other topics and situations that you may be going through that may be able to get you something to think about. The Elevate podcast is wonderful for that. The Padilla Show, The Real Deal by Courtney Harden. Great podcast there. And those things will help you. Those podcasts